Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, we welcome you to What It Takes Radio. My name is Stan Houston, and I'm the lead broadcaster, and kind of a growing cast of characters, and we're here to help you figure out what it takes, a little wisdom, insight, and truth, on an experiment in Internet on-demand radio. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're busy, so we just come with 10 minutes. And the subject is just that. Can we help you with a little bit? Just 10 minutes of clarity. Again, our favorite story is supposedly Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau, those two great 18th century philosophers. Whenever they would meet around Walden Pond or Concord, Massachusetts, they'd simply ask that classic question: since we last met, what is clear to you now? And one of the things that it will take in a world that is full of chaos, confusion, and conflict is for men and women of character, of spirit, of intelligence, and hopefully of goodwill, that they have some clarity about themselves, about their life, about their business, about the relationships, and most of all about what they should do, the moves they should make. One of my friends on the radio is a man named Dennis Prager. Some of you may know of him. He's been a talk show host for many, many years. And he simply says, I will not find agreement with many people, but let's see if we can find clarity about what we believe and what we should do and be about. And from that clarity, perhaps we can find ways that we can make life better for all of us. What is clear to you now? Well, may I suggest a couple things that became very, very obvious to me. And I knew this from some time ago. Years ago, one of my mentors said this to me. He was quite a character, and he had a British accent, and he simply said, what you hear in the news is never important. What you hear in the daily news, on all of the newspapers and all of that stuff, and particularly now with news on a 24/7 cycle, he said, it's never important. What is truly important in life is not in the news. So don't pay that much attention to it. Don't give that much time and attention to it. Just let it go by. Nothing could have illustrated that better than what happened is someone found a 2005 tax return of Donald Trump. And now the media is full of talking about his tax return from 12 years ago, which supposedly shows that out of $150 million, he paid $32, $33, $34, $35 million in taxes, which actually, in his level, is quite a bit. So what? Who cares? It's not important at all. The story will come, the story will go, it will make no difference. All it will be is what my friend Frank, who's going to be doing a program on how to live the selling life, will point out, is it is a distraction. A total distraction. And one of the things we talk about when we talk about helping people in their coaching, their life, I say, crowd out distractions. The world is full of distractions. And crowd them out. So think about that. Could it be that my mentor was right? What is clear to him was, if it's in the news, if it's making news, it's probably not really important. And then, of course, we ask the question, what really matters? What is important? What should we be paying attention to? Well, that's something you'll have to figure out. Well, let me go from this expression to something that became very important to me some time ago. All of a sudden, we discover 12 years ago a tax return about Donald Trump. And they're talking about that. So what? I want you to understand that one of the most powerful things you can say to yourself primarily, because it'll come off wrong, so what? So what? What difference does that make? One of my mentors said that these are some questions you should ask yourself. When someone makes a statement, we simply first of all say, well, what do you mean by that? Then the second question you ask them is, how do you know that? And the third question is, what difference does it make? And that was my graduate school mentor, and I was fortunate enough that I didn't get into graduate school as a young man. I literally had to prove myself later through my professional experience to even get in, and that really struck me. He was a wise man. So, a guy that was kind of a smart aleck, a little bit British, but he said, if it's in the news, it's not important. Another mentor says, please ask those 3 questions. And I have found out that so what? And hopefully take the edge off it. But yeah, so what difference does it make? So what? Why is that important? Why is that part of the discussion? Who cares? And you will discover that there are a lot of people talking about things and making their life miserable or messy or moving on things which simply, to the answer to the question, so what, is it really doesn't matter. So what, and move from there to so that. Now, someone will say to me, Stan, you should do this on your radio program, or you should do this in your life. This is what we should do. And then, again, perhaps to myself, but I could say, so that. Now, once I have that piece of information, what am I supposed to do with it? What will be the result? So that. Do this. So that. Those 2 questions out of 4 words will bring a lot of clarity into your life. Along with the idea, guess what? If it's in the news, it probably isn't important. Again, always asking, what is clear to me now? And then, so what? So what? So what? And then, here's a point of action. Here's something we should do. Here's a recommendation. What will it lead to? So that. So that what will happen? So that what will get done? So that what will be the result? There we go. This took us about 8 minutes. I hope that's been helpful to you. Would you perhaps play this program again? I think you'll find it worthwhile. What is clear to you now? Hey, when you listen to the news, when you see it on TV, is it really important? Or is it simply designed to get you worked up and their ratings up for the next 24 hours? Then, even say to those people who are putting those things together, like that silly woman who had Donald Trump's tax return, so what? And now, as a point of action comes into your life, you simply say, so that. Again, begin with the future in mind. Begin with the result in mind. Begin with where you want to go. I'm Stan Houston, and it's been my privilege and my pleasure to have a brief conversation with you. Hey, we've got some good stuff coming up on What It Takes Radio, even a brand new program called The Selling Life. Because you know what? Unless somebody sells something, nothing happens. You always have to be selling you, your ideas, your stuff, and gaining influence. So The Selling Life will help you not only sell your stuff and sell yourself, but it's a way of living a focused and disciplined, what it takes kind of life. all the best and blessings to you. Glad that you could join us, and we'll see you again on What It Takes Radio.